Bowl rings. Where do you keep them, and do you ever wear them? And what's it mean to be able to be a starter as opposed to backing up for some?
Yeah, those are back in Chicago, safe and sound. So I don't know if I've worn them any other times other than like the ring ceremony, maybe to a school visiting or something like that. But that was about it. But just I mean, it's another great opportunity to be back to it, and it's just these don't come around very often. So you got to take advantage when you get them.
How do you feel your Super Bowl experience will help you the next couple of weeks and in the game?
I think just when you get down there, especially the media availability, all the requirements and obligations that you have to do, I think just having been through that and obviously being a starter, it's a little different with time management and everything. But just having seen all that, being up close and personal with it, I think all that will help me.
What are your recollections of Patrick Mahomes visiting you after the Chiefs game last year, and did that make an impression on you that he would,
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't even know Pat at the time. For him to come out of his way after the game and wish me luck and everything, just a real class act. I mean, the guy's awesome on the field, off the field. He's he does it all.
You guys stayed in touch at all?
Not really since then, no. But just for him to do something as simple as that, it went a long way.
You said that you don't really care how often you row and all you really care about is winning. Somebody like Richard Sherman will see any sort of slights against him and use that as motivation. I'm wondering, with all this discussion about your play, the fact that you threw just 8 passes in the NFC title game, how you use that or how you view it, if it's even on your mind at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sherm, everyone has different ways to, get motivated, and very similar to Sherm, I do the same thing. I hear all this stuff and everything, but it's just you can't put that all out there all the time. It's just, you have to do with it what you will and take it for what it is. It's just, at the end of the day, you got to go out there and play football.
So Sherm, I think is the benefit of examining Tom Brady in a Super Bowl, in the game, that will play a role in how you prepare for this game?
I think just how calm he was, how, and everyone says that you got to treat it like another game, but just the way that he actually did it. I mean, I was right, up close and personal, just getting all the, picking up everything I could, seeing how he went about his business and everything. And obviously it worked out the 2 times that I was there with him, and so try to transfer that over to my game.
Jimmy, what do you think of the Chiefs defense?
A talented group. They really are. They starts up front, 95-55. They got other guys that could get after it too, but just their overall team speed, they mix it up in coverages. They're trying not to give you anything easy, and so it makes it difficult on us.
I mean, how hard was it to watch that film from last year? What was it like for you, obviously with the emotions of your injury, but studying that tape and their defense?
Yeah, it brought up a lot of memories. Obviously, with the knee and everything, it's crazy just how things come full circle like that. But it's new year and everything. You could take some things from the players and things like that, but the scheme, it's a little different this year.
Other memory from Kansas City this year, you were coming off a rougher game in Denver in the preseason, but you're really sharp. In retrospect, how important was that performance just to get your confidence back and your legs back underneath you?
I thought it was important. It definitely was, especially just with the timing of it. Coming back from the knee and everything, I knew there was going to be, a bump in the road or a hiccup at some point. And I think just, Denver happened and all that, and then bouncing back in Kansas City just, it really helped escalate things.
Hey, Jimmy, you played under sorry if I interrupt you. You played under a Hall of Fame coach, and then you come here and you encounter a rookie coach who doesn't even look like Belichick. What were you expecting from Kyle, and did anything surprise you? Or
I would say I expected a very sharp offensive mind because I'd never met Kyle prior to that, other than combine and things like that. But just from hearsay around the league, just a smart guy who he commands the room, he could lead men, and just offensive mind like no other. And so there was no surprises with that. That all held true, and just the way that he could lead, it's incredible. I mean, he does it in different ways on the field, in the meeting room, in the team meeting, all that stuff. It's just goes a long way.
How would you describe yourself as a leader? How would you describe yourself as a leader?
I think I just be myself, let it come naturally. I never try to, go outside the box and, do something that isn't myself, because I think guys see right through that and just they'll think it's fake, and it can't be that way. Guys in this, guys are smart in there, and so they'll see right through you. But I think at the end of the day, you got to be yourself.
Jimmy, along the same lines, because your teammates say you're one of the guys, you don't elevate yourself. You're not like, I'm the franchise quarterback. You're not. But at the same time, you can't just be one of the guys because you're the quarterback, and there are times where you have to scream at them. Like, was the Browns game or whatever. Anyway, is that something that comes naturally, or have you learned the art of how to balance those things?
There's definitely a balance to it. It's a fine line, but I think at the end of the day, as long as guys respect you, respect your opinion, and they see the work you put in and things like that, I think all that carries tremendous weight. And it's just when we're around each other, the teammates, just as much as we are, you just your guys inside and out, and they know you inside and out. So there's really no being fake. It's just God is what it is.
Jimmy, on a pretty young team, how important is Joe Staley just as a voice and a locker room presence?
It's huge to have him, especially just big moments, games like this. I mean, we've had him throughout the entire end of the season. It feels like these big games, but just having a guy like that who could, calm everything down, put everything in perspective and things like that. I mean, Joe's done phenomenal on the field, and the things he does off the field go very unnoticed, but it carries us a long way.
Does he say things in the huddle much?
From time to time, yeah. I think there's a time and place that he will, but yeah. I mean, everyone leads in their own way, or shows examples of that.
Jimmy, just wondering, because it is different going through the process as a starter and a backup, will you reach out to Tom or anyone from the Patriots just to get advice how to handle what you're about to encounter in the next week and a half?
I might. It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's just the more information that you could get about it, and having been through it, it's a little different as a starter than backup. So any information I could get would be great.
Jimmy, speaking of what you learned from Tom Brady, just being a part of those Super Bowls, like against the Seattle Seahawks, just what can you speak about his demeanor when he led that game-winning drive in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, just I said it before. He treats it like every other game, and just you could see it and how he is. His body mannerisms, everything. It's just how he prepares for it makes him confident on Sunday. And so I'm trying to do the same thing, be ready to go, and we'll see what happens.
One of the things Kyle's done and John have done, they embrace the history of this franchise. And so Joe Montana's at a game, Jerry Rice is at a game, Steve Young. How do you feel about the importance of that? And then how do you feel about being measured by the standard of those players?
Well, I love that we keep it, in the family and everything. It's just when those older players come back and, just whether they talk to us or you just see them on the sideline, it's having them around. It's cool. It's just makes you realize the history of this organization, and it's just whenever you get that opportunity, I mean, it's great.
You mentioned that you were similar to Sherm in the way that you guys both see perceived slights. Obviously, you guys react publicly to them in very different ways. I'm wondering, where do you think your approach to just being kind of quiet about that comes from versus Sherm, obviously, who seems to fuel himself by being a little bit louder about it?
I don't know. I think maybe having two older brothers, you say too much, you get, keep your mouth shut a little bit. Just, I don't know. I think it just comes from me naturally, how I am.
Robert Saleh talked about was the first road trip where you guys stayed out on the road and building team unity and kind of getting off to a good start 2-0 and then coming and going on the run. You guys did 8-0.
The one in Ohio you're talking about?
Yeah, starting the season. How important was that to build the team unity?
It was cool. It seems like a lifetime ago, but just staying in the Holiday Inn, all that stuff. Just it was an eventful week, a little different than what we were used to. But that time you get to spend with each other, with the coaches, with the teammates is, you can't replace that. It's awesome.
Last one.
Have a viral moment where Kyle talked to an official on the sideline who said, "Oh, the coverage is going to go this way. There's watch for holding." How often does he do that with you guys as players during the week on install? Is there a certain time that you remember where you think, well, is that really going to happen? That happened exactly the way that he said it.
Yeah, there's definitely been a couple of those. It would be hard to recall one off the top of my head, but he always throughout the week. Whether it's situationally, this specific play or whatever it is, he'll, I don't know if you call it predicting or, giving you a heads up of what he thinks is going to happen. And when it does happen, it's very impressive. And as a player, when a coach does that, you could trust him so much with that. It's invaluable.
The fact that you guys have not run a lot of passing plays this last week, can that be an advantage in the Super Bowl since the defense hasn't seen much?
Yeah. It's, they'll have to be on their toes, kind of play the game out as it goes.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys.
Back with Nick Bosa.